Yup, I'm back. Yo guys, it's Kappy here with, and finally I might add, another Paper Mario Talks video. Over the past weekend, I decided to play some Paper Mario TTYD, but with a twist. The Pit of 100 Trials was randomized. Essentially, you start with 10 HP, 10 FP, 6 BP, no partners, no special moves, 10 random items, and 8 random badges. Plus, enemies hold random items or badges, and you get one random drop from what they held after each battle, and try to complete the pit. It's a pretty fun way to play through the pit, and during this particular run, I was playing pretty well by my standards, until I got to Bonetail with the single Ultra Shroom I got on floor 99 as my only healing item. I lost horribly, and then said this.
I didn't really have high hopes going in. Not that I was missing all the super guards, but I had the sad feeling that Bonetail was going to start biting too much. Okay. Yeah, I got screwed on items near the end. Oh, it's okay. Like I said, I didn't think I was gonna win, even if I was playing perfectly.
Basically, I was dealing 4 damage per turn with my setup, and with only 3 pretty lucky badges and 3 Defend Plus badges equipped, I figured if Bonetail used Bite enough, I'd just die before I could KO him. Now, I got to thinking about it. Was one Ultra Shroom really enough if I had played better? And what if I hadn't have gotten that Ultra Shroom drop on floor 99? I decided to run a little experiment to find out. Just for some quick reference, here is my badge setup and items. And here's the chance for Bonetail to use a particular attack, courtesy of JDAster64. First, here's the fight with an Ultra Shroom. Special thanks to Zephylus for his practice codes so you guys can see my button inputs and my super guard timing. Alright, so if I had played just a little better, I probably would have won that fight live. This next fight is perfect super guarding without an Ultra Shroom. Would I have won or lost? It looks like without that Ultra Shroom, I would have died, even with perfect play. But let's be real. This was only a few attempts, so the answer's not entirely accurate. I don't have the time to actually run multiple tests, so let's use some math to figure out how many bites on average Mario would take before Bonetail is KO'd, assuming a perfect fight. Once we get that answer, we can make a pretty solid hypothesis about the chances of winning with and without the Ultra Shroom. It's not top-level Paper Mario without some math involved. First, let's figure out how long it takes to KO Bonetail. After I use my items, I literally just spam jump. So let's calculate how much damage I do in those turns. Here's what they look like. As you can see, by turn 9 I've dealt 34 damage to Bonetail. From that point onward, I deal 4 damage per turn. For the sake of simplicity, let's assume that Bonetail will heal twice, so his max HP is 240 instead of 200. 240 minus 34 is 206 HP. Now, to get the remaining number of turns it'll take to KO Bonetail, we divide 206 by 4 and get 51.5. There are no half turns in Paper Mario, so it's actually 52 turns. This means it takes a total of 61 turns to defeat Bonetail, assuming he will take 2 of those turns to heal. Now we just need the formula to determine the average number of times Bonetail will hit Mario with Bite. Unfortunately, I'm not super well versed in probability and statistics, but JD Aster is. With his help, I was able to grab 2 formulas, one for Repel Cape and one without Repel Cape. The formula without Repel Cape is as follows. Let's break it down really quick. P, bite, is the chance Bonetail will bite on any given turn. Number of turns is self-explanatory, and the 0.9 to the third is actually referencing the 3 Pretty Lucky badges I have equipped. With Repel Cape, the formula remains the same, except that I tack on multiplication of 0.5, so it looks like this. Let's get calculating. If you recall, I already showed Bonetail's chance of using Bite earlier. We'll start with the Repel Cape turns. Repel Cape lasts for 4 turns and we use 2, so there are 8 turns total. The result turns out to be 0.68 once we plug everything into the formula, so on average we're taking 0.68 bites. That's a little weird to look at, so for the sake of this experiment, I'll be rounding it up to 1 bite total. Now we look at the remaining turns. It takes 61 turns total, so we'll subtract 8 from that to get 53. 2 of those turns are guaranteed to be him using heal, so we'll subtract 2 more to get 51 turns. Besides that, we just take out the 0.5 from Repel Cape since we no longer have it active. The result is 8.75 bites on average. If we round, that's 9 bites on average. In conclusion, Mario is likely taking 9 to 10 bites on average, which is just enough to KO us, as you saw in the experiment video. However, what we can conclude with certainty is that, with expert play in this specific scenario, you are basically guaranteed to win with 1 Ultra Shroom. Without it, you need to be just a little lucky to come out on top. Yo guys, thank you all for watching and hope you guys enjoyed it. This is how challenge runners sometimes strategize, so I hope it's been a little eye-opening. Big shout out to JDAcer64 for helping me with all the math, and thanks again to Zephyllus for creating the practice codes, which allowed me to recreate my scenario exactly. Links to their stuff will be in the description below. I know it's been a long time since I did a Paper Mario Talks video, and I'm hoping to start making more, as well as start an advanced tips and tricks tutorial series for both 64 and TTYD. Details will likely come later, so if you enjoyed this, please share the video around and let me know what you thought in the comments. If you want to see more, hit that sub button. Later!